it's so fun when the three of us are all around each other trying to. We all believe we're the Green Lantern.
Thank you guys for coming here at the Variety Studio. Do we want to kick it off with a question from the fishbowl?
Oh.
I'll do the honors.
The keeper of the fishbowl, Damon.
Let's see how you do, Damon.
All right, here we go. Question is, what's a habit someone on set has that you've accidentally started doing in real life? What's a habit someone on set has that you've accidentally started doing in real life?
I'll go. Kyle has a habit of. He has many, but one of my favorite habits of his that I have adopted is on every project since we finished Lanterns is he has his designated trailer, but he will kindly request effectively like a camping chair or anything that he can sit on, and he will sit outside in the sunshine. Instead of being in his trailer. And now I sit outside of my trailer on an apple box or a chair. I just like to sit outside of my trailer instead of being inside it. So that's something I picked up from him. Yeah.
I want to talk a little bit about the footage we saw on Hall H today. Garret, I think you made a joke that there was a scene we didn't see on screen. Is that, I've seen the first half so far. Is that particularly...
You've seen the first half of the season?
Yeah.
You've seen the first four?
Yeah.
So
But you've seen all of Garret.
Yeah, you've seen all of Garret.
You've seen more of me than you can.
You've seen the full reveal of Garret.
So I'm assuming that your nude scene is the scene that you were referring to that you probably didn't want to show everyone in Hall H.
Which I objected to.
I would be surprised if it was shown in Hall H. Yes, we got little warnings on those cards in front of us. Please can know that there are children here, and so I knew it would be.
That's right.
We're not showing my business to children.
Come on. Without, I guess we don't want to spoil too much, but I mean, what was that day on set like? The big reveal.
Well, look,
Cold.
You go to acting school. you think, I got some talent. This isn't my first, so I guess I know where my bread's buttered. And that's why I was there, and try to intimidate these dudes with the full Monty. It was a big. I thought I did well though. I thought I kept it together.
At the end of the scene,
yeah.
Kyle asked Garret, "Do you model?"
No, you didn't.
That's how amazing Garret looked.
No, I think you said something like, you seem really comfortable being naked. Like,
No, you said,
and I was
there
like,
was a
I'm just
modeling.
really
There was
good
a
actor.
I thought it was, can I drive you home?
Hey, did you have a gig in mind for him?
It's private.
The other scene that we saw was the Sinestro reveal. He's in prison. Hal's talking to him. What can you tease about Hal and Sinestro's relationship when the show starts?
We've talked about it before, but we were obsessed with Coaching Tree. And so the fact that Abin trained Sinestro, and Sinestro trained Hal, and Hal was training John. So, and what they pick up from those people and what they can't shake, and even if they know, Hal put him in prison, but still goes to him for advice. And is that a natural thing, or is that a big problem for the Guardians? So we have talked about that obsessively in the room and how to play it.
Yeah, it's about the sort of the complicated relationships of legacy and what you take from the person who makes you and what you leave behind, and how that both pushes you and holds you back, and all that stuff is in the Sinestro Hal relationship, and then all that stuff pours down to the Hal John relationship. So you see sort of
how poisoned is John going to be, basically, when all said and done.
And how good is Ulrich Thompson, by the way?
Amazing,
classy.
We get a little bit of a sense. We see Hal is already pretty well known on Earth. I guess where do we find just the idea of Green Lantern? He's kind of a local celebrity, an Earth celebrity when the show starts.
What was your question?
I guess he's well known. Everyone knows Hal Jordan is Green Lantern when the show starts. It's not an origin story, for him. So it's safe to say, I guess, like everyone knows.
We drop straight in. He's a celebrity, and we wanted to jump in the middle of the story, basically. So even when they arrive at the football game, they arrive at a high school football game in the pilot, and the local sheriff is like, look, we know who you are. We know we're not alone, but also this is a crime scene. So we just wanted to be like hit the ground running and not having to explain everything.
Yeah.
And then, well, we also wanted to show you out in the world so you could see people react to it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of interesting too, because you jump into the middle of that, and also there's I remember thinking, okay, now there really is a Gotham, and there really is a Batman, and there really is all this other stuff. So it's kind of interesting being in my own little world, being the Lantern, knowing that these other worlds were out there. I mean, for the actor type being in this, because everything was so grounded, right? So it was kind of neat. It's kind of mystical, and I decided that I didn't like guys that wore capes. That was one of my hell with them. Stuff like that. It was fun for me.
For you guys in the Green Lantern suit, just I guess walk me through just that first day in character, in costume. What was that that day like?
It was hot, right?
I mean, you was in the suit.
Not first day.
No.
The costumes were awesome. I loved my costume. As soon as I got it on, I fit into it. I was dirty. I was disheveled. It fit the whole character right off the bat. You smell the alcohol on him. You could, cigar smoke, and off he was doing his stuff. That's how I was thinking about it.
100%. I think, there's only so much you can do in pre-production. There's only so much immersion and just embracing that you can do before actually arriving onto set. And I think, once you get the boots on, the pants on, the jacket on, all of a sudden you become what you've been aspiring to become for the purposes of the series. And it was a great feeling. And, big shout out to our department responsible for that. They completely smashed that out the ballpark, and they are equally as much a part of the success of what we created as any of us sitting here today.
And how cool that suit looks. That's the coolest suit I've seen. I mean, Batman's got nothing on.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Just saying.
Throw Batman under the
Just
bus.
saying. He's not here, is he?
He hears stuff.
You heard it here first. Fuck that now.
No, I didn't.
And we have a bit of a love triangle of sorts between your guys' characters we saw in the clip earlier. What can you tell us about the mess that kind of John finds himself in with your guys'
I don't know what you're talking about.
I feel like I'm the least consulted in this.
A non-consenting member of the throuple.
That is a wonderful way to put it. A
And another one who doesn't realize he's in a throuple.
Yeah.
At least someone's having.
It's just I think one of the ways that my character just wants to keep the peace, and we kind of live in a utopic situation, right? The city of Rushville is just fine and fantastic without these guys. But in order to kind of keep the peace, I gotta, go between the lanterns, my husband, the city. But she sees in John not someone so much that she can manipulate. She just sees someone who's like super interesting, and there's a part of Zoe that knows that she's met her match when she meets John. And it's a very open relationship, I guess. Yeah.
The other big reveal that we got today was Manhunter. Is now officially part of the show, and Manhunter could mean a lot of different things for comic book fans. There's the Manhunters. There's Martian Manhunter.
Note song.
Of course, the Netflix show.
Which is what Kyle would call it.
Yeah.
Call it the man-eater all the time.
What kinds of Manhunter, I guess, are we getting in the show? I guess without giving too much away, I guess, of the mystery.
And Manhunters, this is something very, comes right from the comics, and the people who know the complicated history of the Manhunters and the Green Lantern Corps may find some answers there. So just a shout out to my fellow nerds for that thing.
I want to know everyone's your favorite light construct that you get to make, or the coolest thing you get to make with your ring from the show. Whoever wants to answer.
I feel like that's a Green Lantern's question.
It seems like a Green Lantern's question.
I'd say Church Key, because it was the first one I ever did. And some reason I was able to do it the first time.
It's amazing.
It was the first one. and then when I saw it too, the way that it turned out pretty good. They did a good job.
I would say, little buddy, the bird that I manifest. Yeah, it's so funny because of course, how we see it in the final edit is not what we were working with, But nonetheless, I got attached to the idea that John had this buddy with him, and there's quite a sad moment between John and that bird. Not too deep into the series, but I would say that's my favorite construct because it came from such a deep place within him. So I would say that.
What do you use on set in place of the bird? A little fake birdie?
Oh, they got so creative. Oh
yeah.
It was a long, sturdy wooden stick with a makeshift bird on it, and the entire crew would whistle and chirp when this bird was on set.
Every single time.
Every time for as long as the bird was on the call sheet.
And it was still fun. It was funny every single time.
It was funny every single time. It didn't get old.
How does Guy fit in with the cast and the other Lanterns?
He doesn't fit in, and that's exactly how he fits in.
Yeah.
Like Nathan and I, Nathan's a good friend of mine, and we talk about stuff like this all the time. The Lantern Corps is made up of exactly who it needs to be made up of. We need John and his intentionality, his specificity, his almost verging on a mild OCD and a detail. We need John. We need Hal and his courage and his swagger and his fearlessness. We need Guy and his spontaneity and his volatility, and we need all of these folks. And that's what I love so much about the Green Lantern Corps. It needs all of those ingredients in order for the cake to be fully baked. And it's so fun when the three of us are all around each other trying to, we all believe we're the Green Lantern. And it's a really fun and beautiful dynamic between the three of us.
Holy crap, that was perfectly said. Do you want to do a writer's room? I mean, if this acting thing's not working out, we could use it. Oh my God, wow, that was perfectly.
So we got Hal, we got Guy, we got John. Those are the Lanterns. Any other Green Lanterns popping up in Lanterns?
I think three's the crowd for season 1.
Yeah, exactly.
But there are references to
We
others.
name check some
How many do
folks.
you want?
We name check some folks, but you don't see anybody.
There's possibilities.
There is a squirrel
Yeah.
that is name checked.
Chip.
Chip.
And there's
With those apostrophe.
and there's a real big one. A real big one that comes.
That comes later in the show.
It just gets mentioned.
Man,
Big physically.
I'm just a big one.
Okay. Planet size, perhaps.
A big one.
Perhaps.
A big one.
Let's see. I know, this is not the last we're seeing of John. You're in the Superman sequel, Man of Tomorrow. Is that how is the John Stewart we see in Lanterns different or similar from the guy we're going to get on the big screen next year?
I mean, brother, I can't say too much, but I mean, it's just in terms of chronology, it was such a major privilege and something I'm very grateful for to have had the 6 months discovering who John was before I stepped on set for Superman, Man of Tomorrow. It's not that's not a given, and it's not guaranteed every time. So to have been able to live with John for so long, I was able to step onto that set with an understanding of John that I wouldn't have had otherwise. So it was great, and it's great being around everybody at the same time. So it's a great dynamic.
Thank you guys so much. Cannot wait for people to check this out and to see the rest of it. So I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Awesome.